Well, the grass is growing back down here. We never did get anything planted in our field. But on an upside, the blueberries have got berries. If you can see that. And then we are probably going to have some blackberries, I would say, over there. They were blooming. Over here, if we go over here to the peaches, they had little peaches on them. And let's see if I can find them.
That one's only got like one or two.
I think it dried up right there.
Yeah, there was one.
Yeah, but this one hadn't been here long, so.
Right there's the other one.
It dried, yep, it dried up too. Okay, well, hopefully next year. But we walk over here, and this one's loaded, but we got problems going on. They're all bad. And if you all know what this is, please comment and let us know. We noticed the oozy gooey jelly stuff right there coming out when they were smaller. And now they're getting spots on them. They are all, I don't even see one that's not like this. Do you see any that's not? They've all got something on them. So if you've got any idea what is causing this or what to do for this that's natural, we're trying to stay away from all chemicals.
Because of bees.
Because of the bees. We don't want to hurt any of the pollinators at all, because we love them all, not just the honeybees, but the solitary bees and butterflies and everything. So if you know anything organic or any way to treat fruit trees, please comment, let us know what to do. This little bit of stuff is starting to really come up. The rain has really got it going. This is popping up in this part here. And these little ones down through here are popping up also. Nothing over there though. And this buckwheat patch looks wonderful. I'm really happy with this. And the sunflowers, they did skimp a little bit on me, the sunflowers did, but for the most part, I mean, they're, and then they're in here. Those come up from another year. But they look good, I think, for the most part, honestly. And then over here, our yellow squash really growed, really good. I only had 3 little peppers survive right here. I don't think they like that red clay dirt. I've got to get the weeds out of this garden somehow. Got a little bit popping up there. Nothing's popped up in those hills yet. Up there something has. The beans are up, but I need to get the weeds out. I've got some of the peas up. Got some pretty big tomatoes over there that's doing pretty good. The fig is coming out more and more. Got to get the weeds out of here somehow. We've got cucumbers down there that they're really growing. And we've got some acorn squash up here growing. I've got some little marigolds. You can see those that I planted here. Not sure if you can see it for all these weeds that's popped up, but I've got some calendula right there planted, some marigolds up through here. Those tomatoes are growing, but the rain really brought the weeds out. The buckwheat is filling in nicely. Really like this. The corn is coming up, you know, it's growing. But I like how this buckwheat's really filling out. Finally, the stuff in this little garden is coming up. A lot of winter squash in here. I'm thinking that we planted some cantaloupes in here, but it's popping out, so that's wonderful. The wildflowers, they're growing in amongst the grass, but they are growing, so hopefully they'll reseed some for next year once they start blooming. Oh, and this garden. I've got cushaw up through there, you can see, but the jack-o'-lanterns are really taking off. Over here we've got our Moschellery cantaloupes, and they're looking good. We've got a few little tomatoes up there. And I've actually got a few watermelon plants that came out from the, I think he had them in the hydroponics and then put them into cracky, and now they're in dirt, so we're waiting on those to get, you know, used to the dirt, and then I'm going to plant them in the garden. And actually I'll show you. Here's the watermelons I was speaking of, and we got one over here, a little puny. Rhubarb is growing, onions are growing, and that tomato's getting really big. Stuff here is really growing, the tomatoes are really growing, the spaghetti squash, eggplant, and all this stuff up through here is growing. And let's see, I missed our pepper. Our pepper plant over here. I hope I'm getting him. He's growing. Atlantic giant pumpkins are growing. Corn's growing. A Scotch bonnet pepper over there. A puny little tiny cherry hot pepper that we don't know if it's going to come back out or not. Maybe. Asparagus has got about, looks like about 3 or 4 shoots there coming up. We got a partial row of potatoes coming up down through here. All we see right now though. Only thing I seen come up in here was weeds. That's about it. And violets. Just normal stuff. The potatoes lolling over. I don't think our potatoes are coming up in here. We do have lettuce, and back there we've got some gourds that are really growing. Got some squash up in here, really coming up pretty good. That is the zucchini squash. No carrots or anything. We have one little scraggler there, and that's about it. Okay guys, I haven't showed this, but this is part of gardening. We've got this big old trash can here, and we planted some potatoes down in there, and I need to put some dirt up around them. But we're going to see how this works out also. Our yellow squash are really showing off. I think they're going to be blooming soon. And our buckwheat is blooming beautifully. The sunflowers are really growing and showing off. Haven't seen any honeybees on the buckwheat. I've seen them all over the clover, but I've seen all kinds of other pollinators on the buckwheat so far.